We are going to begin tonight with a dangerous and growing surge of new coronavirus cases across 40 states, pushing hospitals to test limits, taxing testing capacity, and forcing governors to close businesses that had just reopened. And tonight, the country's top infectious disease doctor says most of those new cases are coming from young people who are getting and then spreading the virus. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the average age for new patients is now about 15 years younger than when the pandemic began, including in Florida, where 21-year-olds are now becoming infected at rates on average higher than any other group. Scenes like this of young people partying over the July 4th holiday have experts worried that the number of new cases will spiral out of control in the coming days. The mayor of Miami-Dade County now says he's issuing an emergency order shutting down indoor dining in restaurants, as well as gyms and event spaces by Wednesday. And in Arizona, where infections jumped up 300% in June, Phoenix's mayor says her city is facing a crisis because of the demand for testing. 1 in 4 people tested for coronavirus there are positive. Tonight, we're also learning that Atlanta's mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, has the virus too. So as we come on the air tonight, the virus has killed more than 130,000 people nationwide. And there are more than 2.9 million confirmed cases here in the U.S. There's a lot of news to get to tonight, and our team of correspondents is standing by to cover it all. CBS's David Begnaud is going to lead off our coverage from just outside of Miami. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Nora. With the governor of Florida refusing to roll back any reopening, local mayors like the one here in Miami-Dade County say we will do it ourselves. So today, the mayor announced that starting Wednesday, there will be no outdoor or indoor dining allowed. You can still do takeout and delivery. I just spoke with a business owner who said, listen, I furloughed my employees. I took out a loan. I can't afford to close down again. But then you have others who are just as vocal in saying the mayor is doing the right thing.
You guys are amazing out there.
This is everything Americans were urged not to do. From Diamond Lake in Michigan, to an overly crowded pool party in Wisconsin, to the beaches of San Diego, the latest holiday celebration could lead to the next new COVID spike. In Arizona, where confirmed cases now top 100,000, lines just to get tested stretch for blocks. Tonight, there's late word out of Georgia that the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, has tested positive for coronavirus, though she has no symptoms.
This is startling for me because we've been so very careful.
In a manageable crisis, about 5% of people should test positive. Arizona's rate is over 25%. Florida is at 18%. New York is down to 1%.
An outbreak anywhere is an outbreak everywhere.
Florida took over 3 months to reach 100,000 cases. It took just 2 weeks to reach 200,000. At Miami's Jackson Health System, the number of COVID patients in the ICU has tripled in the last month. Dr. Andrew Pastevsky is the ICU director at Jackson South.
But I just saw on my list this morning a 26-year-old, 24-year-old, and this disease has turned on people very quickly.
According to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the average age of coronavirus patients has now dropped by 15 years. In the state of Florida, 21-year-olds now make up the majority of cases here. Tonight, there's new analysis from the New York Times that shows blacks and Latinos are 3 times as likely to be infected and nearly twice as likely to die from COVID-19 than whites. And we're getting word Harvard and Princeton join a growing list of universities that say they will severely limit students from being on campus. David Begnaud, CBS News, Miami.